It's another day, it's another pound, gang. Good morning. It's Friday the 15th of March 2019. Welcome to Bracknell and indeed the UK's brightest star. Yes, that's me, beaming down on you all today with today's United Kingdom talk, our very friendly-ish chat show. Welcome along. We just need to say hello to a couple of people. Simon has texted in this morning. He texted in yesterday about this, and he said, hello, say hi. I think these are made-up friends. They're very, very strange names. Very, very strange and mysterious. These are very strange names. Can you say hi to my friends Herbert Dibdab and Maggie Trousers, please, as well as Mark Me Words as well. So there we are, three of Simon's friends. He has some very strange friends with strange names like that. Mind you, what's not strange? You know, if I was like a normal person, you wouldn't be watching this, would you? I am a freak, and that's why you're watching it, I know. Dreadful night's sleep again last night. Oh, I've got one. Oh, I've got one of these. Look, I've got one of these. It's Red Nose Day. Comic relief. Now, this is made of rubber. I actually bought this down the but down Toyota the other day. They had a little box there, and Suzanne, who works on reception there, she says, "Do you want to buy one of these? You don't have to. It's for comic relief." I said, "Yeah, give us one of those." And I said, "How much are they? £1." So I give her £2.50. I said, "I don't really want the nose." She said, "No, take one. Otherwise, it looks like I'm not selling them." So I did take one, and here it is. But it's not comfortable to wear. It's a bit tight on the old nose. It might be because, I mean, I did model for Concord. You know that. Look. Barry Manilow's nose has got nothing on mine. I'm telling you that. Look at it. Look. It's more like a beak, isn't it? It's more like a beak. There was this DJ who worked in Reflex in Putney before I took over, and Copers in Earls Court. And he used to call me Beaky Reardon. Beaky Reardon. Have you got a box of trill for Beaky Reardon? Because he said I had a beak. Anyway, I find this very uncomfortable, actually. You put it on. That is not comfortable. It hurts. I mean, I don't know what I look like with this on. And I can't speak properly either. It's blocking my nostrils. It's actually blocking my nostrils. I know what my nephew had to go through now. He's just had a bit of a nose operation. One of his nostrils was completely blocked and he couldn't breathe through it. So I think it was last week he had a bit of a nose operation. And of course, he sent the obligatory photograph from the hospital bed after he's had the operation. You've seen them on Facebook. You know, everyone who's in a hospital bed somewhere has to take a picture of them looking as ill as possible, don't they? Have you noticed that? There's no one who's got a photograph in a hospital bed on Facebook with sort of anything remotely looking happy or with a smile. It's always looking... I mean, we can all do that. We can all do that. Look, here we go. Here we go. What shall I have? Let me see. Pretend I've got one of those masks on my face. Oh, hello. I mean, we can all do that. I mean, what would it take to take that mask off and try and do a smile? Little bit like that. You know? Try and look happy in your hospital beds. Diane is in hospital at the moment. Good morning, lovely Diane Jebb. She's recovering from something at the moment in hospital. I hope you're trying to smile, Diane. If not, I shall bring my very long finger and tickle you from Berkshire. This finger will tickle. You are laughing now, aren't you? Don't tell the nurses or the doctors that that you know an international celebrity. Don't, because they'll all want to meet me. Oh, get him to come down here. We'd love to meet him. Perhaps he could sign this for my niece, for my nephews, and for my son and daughter and everyone else. No, dear. I am personal between you and me, Diane. That's it. Personal, my love. Anyway, yeah, so my nephew had a bit of a nose operation and he had the picture of himself in the hospital bed, all blood underneath the nose and that. But he's recovering now. Him and his family at the moment, they're at a haven. That's who I go on holiday with, them. And, of course, my niece's family, who I'm hoping to meet up with tomorrow. They're in Mablethorpe, Haven Holiday in Mablethorpe at the moment, and his wife Stacey sent me a photograph of them eating just marvellous, some sort of dessert. ice creams surrounded by biscuits and cream on top and Smarties. Oh my God, I'm going there in May. So I do hope I will be privy to one of those. Very, very tasty indeed. So I did have a good night's sleep last night. And once again, the reason is it's this pressure I feel here. I'll stand up and show you. It's like here. It's here. It's here. Okay? Don't say it's my appendix because that's already come out. I did see the doctor about 3 weeks ago and he said to go back if I was still having a problem. So I've rung him this morning just before we came on stream this morning. And I'm waiting for a call back. So I might have to, I will. I'll have to take the call if it comes and I'll play you a little bit of like lift music. It's actually quite a nice piece of music. I was using it last night. We were testing. You might have seen a little test going on last night. The reason for that is I've been changing passwords. I like to do that now and again. And I wanted just to check that we still had the connection there and it was all working fine and all that, okay? So, yes, I'm waiting for the doctor to call back. But it's most annoying. And I've been getting hot in bed. Very, very hot. Very, very hot in bed. Don't know why. Yesterday or the day before, I felt a bit odd at night time. I don't think there's anything happening. I think I have fought it off, or maybe I'm fighting it off, but I felt very hot again in bed last night. And I turn over, you see, and it's like you're laying on something. That's it. It actually feels like you're laying on something on that side, and sometimes it's a bit sore. If I push it like that, look, there's no soreness. Any doctors or nurses there, look, if I can push that, and that's what'll happen today, you see. I'll probably, if he calls me in, if he says to come in, then I'll go in, I'll lay on the bed, and he'll start pushing down on that spot and all around it. But honestly, you can't push and there's pain. Sometimes it feels a little bit sore, but apart from that, I don't know. And I've looked on the computer, you know, at images of the stomach. There's nothing there. The only thing that's there is the bit of tube that goes round that the appendix used to hold on to. I don't think there's any organ or anything else like that there. It literally feels like you're laying on something. It's the weirdest thing, but it keeps you awake. And I had the most dreadful time getting off to sleep last night. And then you go off and then you woke up. Oh, wait, it must be about 5 now. You looked at the clock and it was 2 o'clock. I thought, oh, I've got another 6 hours. Interestingly, I'm not having trouble sleeping during the daytime. I have 2 hours sleep in the afternoon usually. Round about 2 hours. Anything sort of between 1 hour and 3 hours, to be honest. So average of about 2 hours. I'm not having any trouble at all sleeping in the afternoon, and I'm not overheating. So I'll be blowed to know what it was or what it is. Very, very strange and mysterious. So we'll see. And not only am I ill, I don't know if it's an illness or what. I don't know what this is. Been going on for years. Sometimes it comes up and it's a bit of a pain for a few days. Then it goes down again. Certainly, if at night I go to bed with it and it's there now, often in the morning it's gone. But it's not going at the moment. Do you see what I mean? If it was coming and going, I think I just put up with it. But it's not going at the moment. It's been there now for about 2 or 3 weeks. I'm a bit, and especially, of course, I'm supposed to go on holiday tomorrow. You know, and that's bothering me a little bit now. The fact that I might, you know, he might say, no, you need to go and do this now or something like that. And I'll be devastated with that. I don't think my niece would be devastated because, you know, you should give her a little bit peace and quiet. I sent her a text last night. Where's that text I sent her? Because you remember great nephew George and great niece Emily were asking me why I didn't have a wife. Why haven't you got a wife? Well, because I don't want one. This was a couple of months ago now. Can you believe it's nearly 2 months since I was up at the caravan? 2 months. Can you believe that? Anyway, and they were saying, oh, why haven't you got a wife? I said, oh, why? I just haven't. That's it. Oh, well, you must be lonely then. So if you haven't, this is how they're thinking at the moment. If you haven't got a wife, then you must be lonely. And all these questions were going backwards and forwards. And eventually George came up with, is Ronny your wife? And that really surprised me. That really surprised me. And I think my niece was waiting in the wings to see how I got on with that one. And of course he's not. You know, I did go out with him about 30 years ago, and that's when that was. Well, last night I was laying in bed. This would be about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just going off to I'd been watching the news on the television, just going off to sleep. And then I remembered what George and Emily had been saying. And I start laughing to myself. Now, I do that quite often. Yeah, I could be walking around Marks and Spencer's or somewhere like that, and I just simply start chuckling to myself for no apparent reason. And I was finding this funny, so I sent my niece a message. In bed thinking, still no wife, so very lonely. Laugh, 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 laugh. And my niece has written back, Emily and George said that they will find you a wife in Cyprus. And then George says, maybe a husband. Isn't it funny how they spit? He's 7 years old. I think 6 or 7 years old and 4 or 5 years old, those two. We love them. We love children. And as I say, Ronny is very ill again. Yes, I couldn't get hold of him at all yesterday morning, which is unusual, but sometimes happens. And then into the afternoon. Eventually, I think I got hold of him about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And he's been in bed all day, really ill. And he said, if you come up, let yourself in because I won't be able to open the door. I thought, oh, my God. Anyway, so then I had my afternoon sleep, got up, and I went up to his house. And I let myself in, and he's upstairs in bed. I said, you up? And he was asleep. He was asleep. I said, you up? And I went up to his bedroom, his leg hanging out of there. Woke up, and he's 1 minute he's hot, then he's cold. He's got the most awful cough again. And he'd rung up the doctor, and the doctor told, without seeing him, the doctor told him, well, it can't be the same as what you had before. We've got rid of that. You've picked something else up now. And he did look in a state. He didn't look able to do anything. See, he was going to take me to the airport tomorrow on a slightly different subject. But when I heard how ill he was in the afternoon, I booked airport parking at Gatwick. For the period of time that I'm on holiday. So I thought I'd better do that now, because if you turn up and pay for it, it's a lot more expensive. So I booked it and printed off the stuff and all that business. But yes, he's not well at all, so I'll have to ring him as soon as I've done the show. My guess is he'll still be asleep. If he's ill, he tends to sleep in the morning. I feel quite tired today, actually, because I've had such a bad night's sleep. I do feel tired. I'd quite like to go and see the doctor before I go. You know what I mean? Just to put your mind at ease and all that. So that was him yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, I went into town. It's my niece's birthday as well tomorrow, so I got her a little present. My sister, now I hope she's not there this morning. Let me just have a quick look. Let's have a little quick look there. I don't think she's there this morning. She would have said hello. Good. Okay, so I've got she's not got a set of scales over. It's horrendously expensive in Cyprus at the moment. A loaf of bread, £7. Unless you want a loaf of Turkish bread, which is £3. But apparently the slices are so small you need about 5 of them to make one of our slices. So she wants to make her own bread, but she's got no scales. So I bought her just a little set of scales. Nothing special, from Argos. And they're in the suitcase ready to take over there. That can be her birthday present, perhaps a meal out as well. Something like that. There was no one in Argos. No one. I was shocked at how few people were in the shopping centre yesterday. There was it was like a ghost. Like those films you see when there's like some attack of the zombies or some incredible, terrible disease where almost everyone is killed, and then they film it in the shopping centre and there's no one in there. Right? It was just like that. There was no one in Argos. There were these two boys who were behind the desk. They're the ones who run upstairs and get the stuff and bring it down there. There was 3 girls on the till, and that was it. There was no one. Me. I went over to the thing, found the scales I quite liked. I thought they'd be all right. I got electric ones, battery-operated ones. Same ones as what I've got, and I've had mine for years. 15-year guarantee on those scales. That's not bad, is it? So I wrote that out. Got to the till. She took the number, pushed the numbers in, and then they offer you the extended warranty. Well, I mean, how many years do you want to guarantee it for? Got 15 years on the box. Then she tries to sell me this other guarantee for £1.69. No, thank you. And literally, I gave her the money, and the boy, I looked over. I thought I'd go and sit there while they go. The boy has already got them in his hands. Here, mate. Nothing else to do. Bored. So I did that. Then I got me holiday money. I say holiday money, only a small amount, because everyone's cards now, aren't they? Remember I said to you on Tuesday, I think it was this week, that the place that I work at are now having trouble paying the entertainment in cash. So I said to them, I said, well, just you can pay it straight into my bank if you want to. It doesn't bother me. You know, whether it's cash or bank transfer, it all goes through the book, so it makes no difference to me. And they said, well, we don't know how to do that. So they'll have to work out another way. Everyone's paying in cards now. So I said to the girl in the travel agent, I said, I won't need much money. Is everyone on card? She says, yeah. Yes, that's right. She said, have you got one of the cards where you don't pay a commission every time? I said, yes, that's from the bank next door. She said, just use that and that'll be fine. She says, how much do you want? So I got a very little amount, actually. I've never gone away with such little cash, to be honest. I mean, how much do I need? You know, it's not like I'm going out anywhere. I'm just spending the time with my niece and her family, hopefully. You know, maybe a little bit of food here and there, and that's it. So I got that, and I also got, because it's my niece's birthday, I bought her a nice birthday cake. Hope it travels all right. That was from Marks and Spencer's. Pleasantly surprised. I think it was only about £12.50. I went in there with like 25 quid. I thought, well, I'll get a decent one for 25 quid. But it was decent. There was nothing wrong with it. £12.50. That's not bad, is it? Birthday. And in Marks and Spencer's, not the Co-op, not Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's. You know, good gear in there, mate. Lovely box, all pretty and all that. So that's in my hand luggage. In my hand luggage to take on the plane with me. So I got the euros from Tui. You know, Tuki, is it? Tuki? Tuki? I just walk in there usually, or Thomas Cook. One of those two. I know there's people that they go online and they're comparing the different rates and all this, that and the other. And they find the cheapest rate and, oh, fantastic, you know, I found the cheapest rate here. Type it and it comes to, and they get about like £4.50 more. I mean, it's just a waste of time. Unless you're changing up, you know, a couple of £1,000, which I suppose some of you would do. If you're going for a long holiday, you'd need a couple of £1,000. But unless you're changing up, like, I don't know, £3,000-4,000, then it's just, I don't think it's worth it. You can go online, spend all that time online, and you get about like, you know, about £3, £4, £5 more. It's not worth it, is it? Just not worth it. So I always just walk into the travel agent and they do it there and then, and that's nice. So that was my day yesterday. As I say, I went up to Ron's house last night, came back here. I bought a new book yesterday. I bought a password book. I won't show it to you in case you try and break into it and then you're like, there's his password. So I'm not going to show it to you, but it was basically an address book. And I'm putting my passwords in there because at the moment my passwords are written on a piece of paper, just like these are not passwords. This is the show today. Look how carefully planned that is. It's just on a bit of paper like this and it's folded up. I'm going to show you the password paper, just a bit of it. Just a bit. I'll be very careful. There it is. That's the password paper, okay? And it's covered in passwords. And I can never find it. I thought I'll try and make it a bit easier for myself and I'll buy an address book and use that as the passwords. So that's exactly what I've done. Okay. I think that's it really. I had a FaceTime with my nephew. As I say, he's on holiday at the moment, the one who's just had his nose done. It was nice to speak to the two children. His little boy, who's now I think 5 or 6, Harry, he is now the spitting image of my nephew. I can look at the little boy, and that was Gary, my nephew, when he was that age. Absolute spitting image. Funny, innit? And there was the girl Evie and the little girl Olivia as well. They were all there on holiday. I think that's it, really. As I say, I spent some time changing passwords that I do now and again. Just a string of letters and numbers. That's why I've got to write them down. There's nothing memorable. You know, I couldn't tell you, like, it's my name plus my phone number or something like that. It's just like, you know, capital Y, small O, 16, then maybe a star. That's my passwords are like that. You'd never ever guess. Not possible to guess passwords like that. Presumably they've got computers and that to test things out like that. Oh, and I went to Aldi last night. Now, Aldi have got these for sale. Very good. Now, these are lights. These are little solar lights. My neighbour's got these a couple of doors down there. She's got hers on her floor. And basically, I don't know if that's going to work now. It won't work now because the lights are on in here. And it charges up there. And then you turn it on. And then when someone walks past at night time, and it's very, very bright. Available now, £5.99 at the moment in Aldi, okay? That's the naked one. That's how they are. You just hang them on the wall like that. And they come in a box like this. £5.99 in Aldi. I've seen these for £17.99 in Toolstation. So that's a really, really good price. Comes with the batteries already installed. You simply need to hang it up and turn it on. And that's it. Really good. Ever so bright they are. If you want to put those around your house or maybe on your balcony, outside your front door, as you approach at night, it lights up. And it's very, very bright. Very bright. Okay, let's do some of your messages. Good morning to Maureen. Oops. Just drop that then. Morning to Maureen, joining us from London this morning. Good morning, lovely Maureen. Over on Facebook Live, Adam the Plumber is our first messagee in this morning. Messagee, that sounds good. Messagee. Good morning, Adam. Michael Pullman's there in Australia. Danny Davis is on the radio at the moment in Welsh Radio Wales. Danny Davis. Good morning, Danny. Diane Jebb, there she is, watching from a hospital bed. La Hôpital. I hope those... Have you got any nice male nurses there, Diane? I do hope you have, my love. Oh, yes. Get well soon, sweetheart. All right. Hello to Mike Rita Aponto, who is in Portsmouth. Good morning. Ray Reynolds is off to Blackpool to do some stuff up there. Good morning, Ray. On the train. I was surprised how long it's taking him to get to Blackpool. It's actually quite a long journey on the train. Apparently, it's a bit of a slow train he's going on. Morning to Joanna. Good morning. Oh, I haven't sung for you yet, Joanna, yet, have I, darling? Don't worry, that will come later, all right? Diane is now... Oh, Diane's at home now. I beg your pardon. So she's recovering at home. Yeah, you take it easy there, darling. I'm sorry there won't be any shows no live shows next week. Very, very doubtful. You might have some recorded ones, but there won't be any live ones, I'm afraid, Diane, okay? Hello to Abilene Leach. Do you miss the black cap as much as I do? Absolutely. Oh, God, absolutely. I've got two favourite jobs. The black cap, okay, and Belushi's in London Bridge. Bit difficult to tell which one I like the best, to be honest. The black cap was a gay one. Belushi's was a straight one. So kind of two different, completely two different entities. They really were. You couldn't compare the two. They were like chalk and cheese, the two of them. And I loved both jobs very, very much. I must have done. I stayed at the black cap 18 years, didn't I? The 1990s in there were the time for me. That's when I was having a really good time. Really good time. Well, end of 89, right the way through until... when was it now? From about 1987 right the way through until about 2004, I was very happy there. Then it started all going a bit wrong. Not just for me, but for the pub as a whole. It's just how it is, really. But yes, of course I miss it. There is, of course, a group of people trying to reopen it, my love. And I think, I mean, top marks them. They won't let it go. They keep on trying. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Weird City, good morning. Good morning. Poor Ronnie and his bad-tempered cat. The bad-tempered cat is actually very friendly towards me now. It never has a go at me. You see, the thing is, he picks it up. It doesn't like to be picked up. Some cats don't like to be picked up. You know, some women and some men don't like their bums touched by people they don't know. I do. You know, it's just a personal thing, isn't it? You know, sometimes you're out in the street, you might accidentally touch the wrong bum while you're out there somewhere, and you get a smack in the mouth. I just look round and smile. I find love is a lot better thing than a smack in the mouth, don't you? That's just someone that's upset me. Weird City, you might be coming down with a cold. You can gargle with TC. No, I don't think there's any cold going on there at all. I don't think I've got a cold going on. There's none of that. None of that. Don't know what it is. Adam says, send Ronnie a speedy regard. Send one yourself, Adam. Send him a little message yourself, darling, okay? Good morning to John Pinkerton. Where have you been? Don Pinkerton, we have an Aldi in Australia. Yes, you do. I've been to the one in Melbourne. Aldi in Melbourne, which is very close to that very old-fashioned, beautiful swimming pool that you got there. It's a bit small. When I was in Australia 2 times ago, I think it was, one of the places I visited was Melbourne. And I was I do swimming now and I do a bit of cycling now and a bit of walking. But at the time, I was even more active then. I was doing jogging. I jogged along the Yarra River, through the park there and down and going the other way as far as you could go. Where there's like a wooden sort of marina type thing and a kids' playing ground. And that's where you stopped. You couldn't go any further than that. But certainly in Melbourne, I know the Aldi you mean because I went in there. And it's very close to the, you know where the swimming pool is in Melbourne? By the tram, there's a mad tram junction there as well, right in front of that swimming pool. I know what you mean. Morning to Russ Philip Vernon. Morning, Julian Clark's there. What the crack we feeling? What the crack? Bell. Hello to Mac. There's my hairdresser, Mac, who is in Wokingham. Look at that. Look, Wokingham. Excellent hairdressers. Max Hairdressers in Wokingham. Don't go anywhere else. Hello to Michael Lawrence. Morning, Michael. Mark Jones. Swimming was fun. Mark's been swimming. Good on ya. You need to go every day now, Mark, from now on. Abby Lane says, Regina Fong Garden should bloom again. Skippy, 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 the bush kangaroo. Butch. We love it. We love Regina Fong. John Pinkerton, we have no lights in our Aldi store here. Well, I don't know where you get yours. These are the English shops. Look, fantastic solar light. They're so bright. I can't show you in here. But, I wonder where actually, maybe I can. If I can find where the detector is on here. Now, where would that be? That looks like is that it there? If I can find where the detector is and cover it. There we go. Look how bright that's ever so bright. Well, it's now going to light up my face. Ready? Evil. There we are. Very, very bright. Well worth the money. $5.99 they are. Unfortunately, not available in Australia. That's how it is. Where we are. Mike, some women don't like their legs peed on. Well, don't pee on them then. What sort of thing are you getting up to during the daytime? Michael, I'm coming with you on your holiday. Well, you can if you want, Michael. I think we'd get on, you and I. You're a bit of a softie. I reckon you're a bit of a softie, aren't you? Bit of a softie, eh? Very quietly sitting there, minding your own business. Is that about right? John, Skippy tastes good in a sausage. Oh, you're not starting to eat kanga burgers, aren't they? Kanga burgers, I think they are. There was another bloke on one of those people on Facebook this morning who I have deleted straight away. One of those things, and I don't understand how people can be like this. And it was I think it was a Brexit thing. You know, if you voted for Brexit, unfriend me, I don't want to be your friend. I mean, how sad are you to write something like that? You know, I don't go around unfriending people who have got a different opinion to myself. Are you going to be really sad? Don't you think that's a bit sad? I don't enter into conversation with those people anymore. I just do exactly as they've asked and unfriend them. These can be people that you've known for years and suddenly they come out with something like that. If you don't like insert reason here and don't totally agree with what I think, then unfriend me. Isn't it weird how people are like that? I can't be bothered with people like that. Go then. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. No doubt I'll get a message in a few weeks' time. Oh, I think you've unfriended me. Why did you do that? You can't win, can you? Paul and Lou have finally made it to the show. Good morning, Paul and Lou, this morning. Nice of you to join us at last. Funnily, you remember I was telling you about my energy supply, outfoxthemarket.com. They do not reply. Dreadful. I'm not £200 in credit. I'm about £170 in credit still now. And I've been writing to them asking for a refund of about £100. I think you need to put £100 back in my account. You're holding on to all that money all the time and they don't reply. Or they reply, oh, sorry, we've only just seen the email. We'll pass it on now. They don't reply. Dreadful. I should be straight out of there as soon as my contract is up. I tell you that. Well, they had this thing on the telly this morning. about, you know, like top 10 where your energy supplier is on customer satisfaction level and overall. Guess where Outfox the market was? Right at the very bottom. That was on BBC News this morning. Right at the very bottom they were, outfoxthemarket.com. So it's clearly not just me. I found I'm actually on a group now on Facebook, Outfox themarket.com, about, and there's all these people that have problems with them getting their money back and this, that and the other. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So, you know, and they were the cheapest. Just goes to show you that cheapest isn't always the best. So that's Outfox the market. Let's see. John Pinkerton says that guy now sitting at home alone with no friends. Well, it's his own fault. How can you just not like someone because they don't agree with what you say? You know, I don't agree with most, or indeed understand, of anything really that Diane Abbott says. Don't agree with her anything at all that she says. But I don't dislike her. I think she's quite humorous without even realising it. I'd quite like to meet her, sit next to her on a bus. She is a character. We like characters. Just because you do, oh, it's pathetic. This never used to happen when we were. It's all social media. I was saying to my mate, my BT mate, who I met up with the other day, and I said, "What is all this like in Parliament and all that? They're all screaming and shouting, and no one wants to give a little bit. No one wants to give a little bit that way or give. No, this is how it is, and I'm not going to sit down and shut up until I get my own way." How did we get to that point? And my mate is convinced, as indeed I am, social media. Not so much the internet as a whole, but the social media thing. People shout and they scream and they won't. I'm sorry, I can't think of a name. They won't confer. No, they won't. You know, they won't give way at all. Compromise. They won't compromise at all. Well, I mean, we're never going to get anywhere if no one ever compromises. A bit like saying, say you owe me 20 quid. Right, well, I want my 20 quid back. Oh, I want my 20 quid. Well, can I give you 15? No, not really. It's £20 you owe me. Give me 18 quid. Yeah, okay. We've compromised. No one wants to compromise. It's the same with the people on Facebook. A lot of people on Facebook, they have their views and that's it. I've got many friends on Facebook, who do not think exactly the same as me. Far lefties. You know, I'm kind of centre-right, I am. I'm about there. About there. I've got people on Facebook who are there. I've got people on Facebook who are there. I talk to both of them. There's no problem. No problem at all. How can you just go on there and unfriend me because you don't think the same as me? It's pathetic. Perhaps those are people that we don't want to get involved with anyway, you know. Weird City, Diane Abbott is a car crash. I love it when she does interviews and gets everything wrong. Yeah, oh, it's fantastic television and so much better than Big Brother or Love Island, don't you think? John says, I don't even know who Diane Abbott is, so unfriend me. Okay, bye. Good morning to JP, who's in the house this morning. Morning, JP. John says, that's why I'm versatile. I'll always compromise to make everyone a winner. Abilene, centre-right. Yeah, centre-right is about there, you know. So I agree with a lot of the Conservative stuff and some of the Labour stuff. That's where I am. But what also amazes me sometimes, some people are completely blinkered and they will always believe what that lot says, no matter how wrong or how good it is. I think it's good to be somewhere around the middle. When it comes to politics, I quite like a coalition, because then it stops anyone swinging too far that way and too far that way. If you're around the middle, then I think that's a better thing. I don't know what you think about that. Abilene, you lovely lady. I must have a look. I'm just trying to think who you are, Abilene. I shall have a little look at your picture later. I can't remember who you are. Isn't that awful? Do you remember a girl called Lorraine? There's someone I'd like to keep in contact with. Or I'd like to get in contact with. She was a very, very good friend of mine in the Black Cap. She would be in her... Gosh, well, she was older than me now, and I'm now 56, so she's got to be... mid-60s to 70, I would imagine now. Did you know who I mean, Lorraine? She always was so nice to me and pleasant. And out of all the girls that used to go in the black cap, there was a couple in particular. There was Sharon and Lorraine and Lulu, Lippy Lou. You remember Lippy Lou? And I think Charlotte, and there was Charlotte and oh gosh, I can't remember the other girl's name now. The other girl now runs a pub in Sydenham. Joy, they were lovely, lovely people. Paul and Lou, Diane Abbott, I must have a sense of humour. She slept with Corbyn. Yeah, I bet you. Do you reckon he had that dirty old raincoat on when he chatted her up? There was, funnily enough, someone uploaded a video. I think it was someone I quite like on the radio. I can't remember. I'm useless with names this morning. They're just not coming into my head. They uploaded this video of a member of Parliament. I can't remember whether they voted Remain or Leave, but that's irrelevant really. And this member of Parliament was being followed by someone with a mobile phone webcam type thing. Oh, good morning. So are you pleased of yourself this morning? And he was goading him. He was going on, and eventually the bloke told him, he said, I think you should go away, you're a bit of a wanker. And then he starts, oh, we're a bit upset this morning, are we? No, you're goading him. He was absolutely right to call him a wanker on that camera. This is what makes me laugh as well. People who goad you into doing something. You're quite happy to be left alone, walking among your, minding your own business. Owen Jones is one of those. He's a bit like that, isn't he? Although he himself was goaded on a little video a little while ago by some far-right people, and they had a camera on him, and he's a little bit of a mouthy. I quite like him. I quite like Owen Jones as well. But nevertheless, there was these far-right people with the cameras, and they were goading him, and it's not nice to do that, and you're kind of forcing them to swear, and then eventually they swear, and they're like, oh, so we know what you really like. Well, you bought that out on people. That's not nice either, you see. Adam, I love my energy supplier, a friendly quick service. It's called Bulb. Bulb, £50 a month for both gas and electric. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad as well. John likes Owen Jones, yes. I think if Owen Jones rings me up for a one-night date, then he may get my vote for Labour. I've decided that. I told my mate Guy, his name is, he's very Labour, and I said, I'll tell you what, so get me a date with Owen Jones, and I don't, is he gay, Owen Jones? I think it might be. It's probably about half my age, but never mind. Oh, she's terrible, Mildred, terrible. Let's do some news stories for you this morning. Now, look at this. Spotify. Who's got Spotify? Hello, me. $4.99 a month. Play whatever I want. Fantastic. It's $4.99 a month on Spotify. The thing is, I've always wondered, it's still $4.99 a month since whenever I had it, and I must have had this thing about 5 years now. Well, it might be going up. Bad news for Spotify lovers. Here we go. Spotify has warned of a potential price hike for customers around the world as a result of an ongoing spat with Apple. The music streaming apps boss claims Apple takes too large a cut of its subscription fees and may need to hit Brits with bigger monthly payments to stay profitable. So I don't know where we're going to go with this one. Any app available on the App Store has to pay Apple 30% commission on the sale if it's a digital item. But Spotify's chief executive believes this fee is simply too high and has now floated the idea of charging subscriptions more than the current $9.99 monthly fee. Now, I don't pay $9.99. I pay $4.99. So I don't know. How comes I only pay $4.99? It says it's more than the current $9.99 monthly fee. I don't know. You can see us having no choice other than to accept the 30% fee put in place, which essentially would mean we have to raise our prices for consumers all over the world. He suggested that this gives Apple an unfair benefit of being able to compete at much lower prices with its own streaming service, Apple Music. I think I know why I only pay $4.99. I don't have the app. I've only got it on my computer. So I've got Spotify on my computer. I can type in any song and it plays through it. I don't actually have it on the mobile phone. Is that an extra payment, is it then, if you have it on the phone? Oh, it must be, I suppose. It says, I obviously think our service, Spotify, is superior to theirs, but a 30% price difference is a lot. If Spotify was to introduce a 30% price rise to its monthly membership, British people would find themselves paying about £12.99 a month instead of £9.99 a month. That would add about £36 onto a Spotify subscribers bill over the course of a year, which I suppose, I mean, it's not an awful lot of money over here, is it? £35. I would notice it. Oh, absolutely. I notice every single penny that leaves that wallet of mine, I'm telling you now. The story goes on, and it's in The Sun this morning. Of course, not everyone agrees with Spotify's decision to slam Apple for charging a fee. For me, it feels like Spotify want all the benefits of Apple's platforms without having to give Apple any money, said Bradley Chambers, a blogger who specialises in Apple coverage for 9to5Mac. Right now, they are free to do that. If customers download the Spotify app, they'll be prompted for a login screen. If someone wants to figure out a way to sign up, they'll probably Google it and find a sign-up page. So there we are. You might have to pay more for your downloading, streaming stuff on Spotify soon. That's bad news, isn't it? On the other hand, just play it for free on YouTube. Most music I've found is on YouTube anyway. I think it very much depends on how you want to listen to it. You know, I could sit here, I'm sure I could sit here now and type any song into YouTube and it would play free of charge. Okay, you might have an advert. That's all right. Don't mind an advert playing out. Don't mind that if there's an advert in between the songs now and again. But it's all free. It's all free. Just play it on the YouTube. What if you get on your mobile phone and you want the Spotify, it's going to cost you £10 a month. Don't need that. Don't need that. Adam says, Adam pays $9.99. You must have it on your phone, Adam, do you? Mike Reese-Ponto, is Spotify good? I've never used it. Yes, it is. I've found virtually everything on there that I want to listen to. Usually new tracks that I'm deciding whether I should get or not for work. Or I don't really play new music anymore at work, to be honest. I'm kind of stuck in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. Although it has to be said, the music, I was listening to the charts the other day, and the music seems to have got better than it was. I don't like that aggressive R&B stuff, and certainly not drill music, you know. Adam, I pay $9.99 for Spotify, but I'm able to log on to multiple devices. That's probably why then. So Royston has it on his iPhone, and he can listen to music, but we can't listen together at the same time. Is that a bit like Netflix? You can't. Oh no, no! With Netflix, you can buy so many screens, can't you? So you can have I think on the Netflix I can have up to 4 screens working at any one time at the same time. It's clever how they do it. How do they know your telly's watching it? You know what I mean? How do they know that? No, him down the road's watching it. Oh, it's 4 now. That's maximum. You can't have any more. How do they know that? Very clever. All right, what's the time? 10 o'clock. Okay, we're going to do today's birthdays, boys and girls, and I can tell you about our karaoke tonight. Yes, it's birthday time here on the Chris Reardon Show, United Kingdom Talk. Happy birthday on this Friday the 15th of March 2019 to Graham Verma. Good morning, Graham. It says you're 79. You look so much younger than that, Graham. Graham is a karaoke host. He took over the... Well, he didn't really take over because it was cancelled. But when I was cancelled, we had a new manager coming to Belushi's in London Bridge. And he decided to get rid of the karaoke. And it was me doing it at the time, so I lost the 2 nights there. And that was fine. You know, people decide to do that, and that's fine. In showbiz, you just get used to that. You know, things get cancelled. Sometimes there's no reason. And he was perfectly all right with it, this manager. Anyway, so they went a year without karaoke, and then I think that manager left, a new one come in and wanted it straight away, rung me, I couldn't do it, so I gave it to Graham, who is there making a success of that at the moment. So Graham hosts the karaoke, not only at London Bridge, but many other places. He does DJ. He's always busy. I mean, I look at him on his Facebook wall sometimes. So I think he was doing a staircase the other day, building a staircase. How fantastic is that to be able to do something like that? I can't do nothing like that. All I can do is talk and push a few buttons. That's about the limit of it. That and make tea very well. And do a lovely cup of tea, you know. Happy birthday, Graham. Happy birthday today to Adam Byrne. Good morning, Adam. Happy birthday to you. Simon Green today is a young 49 years old. Happy birthday, Simon. Mark Bryans, happy birthday to you. Christopher Jackson, haven't seen you for some years now. Hello, Chris. Happy birthday. Patricia Tracy is 75 years old today. Happy birthday, Patricia. Dorota Lutomierska is 34 years old today. PercuX, who was a DJ years ago and has got back into it. So good luck with that. PercuX. He came to sing at my karaoke at the Black Cat. My God, must be 15, 20 years ago now. Happy birthday. Bet you don't even remember me, do you? Well, you're still on my friends list. Happy birthday, PercuX. Simon Levans is 54 years old today. I always thought you was a bit more older than me, Simon. Clearly not. 2 years younger. Happy birthday, Simon. And Jose Manuel Lopez is 36 years old today. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Here comes the happy birthday song. Here we go, Joanna. Are you ready, darling? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. There we are. That's our last little lot of birthdays. I won't be able to do birthdays when I'm away on holiday, unfortunately. So if it is yours, then sorry. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Right, it's Friday night tonight. I'll be hosting karaoke, as always on a Friday, at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. We start at 8:30 in the evening, and it goes right the way through until midnight. Come and sing us a song. Central Station karaoke tonight, 8:30 until midnight. Now, after tonight, of course, I'm off for a week. That includes one Monday, one Friday, and 2 Saturdays, okay? Because I'm going like Saturday to Saturday. I get in, coming back from Cyprus after a week at about 8 o'clock at night, and it would be a bit of a rush to get to work, so I decided to leave that one out as well. I haven't been told who's filling in for me while I'm away. I've no idea who it is. I would assume it's Wayne doing the karaoke, I'm assuming. And Miles would be doing the hosting, DJing on the Saturday night. So that's probably who it is. Good morning to Peter Lake, joining us right at the end of the show. So good morning, Peter. Morning, young Peter. Hope to see some snippets of Cyprus. Says Weird City Citizen. You will indeed. I'll do some little recorded videos, which you'll find both up on my Facebook, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK, and on the YouTube as well, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Thank you ever so much, boys and girls, for joining us. I'm still waiting for that doctor to ring. I hope he says it's yes, everything's all right. You can still go. It might be just something that needs to settle down in my tummy. But fingers crossed. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you live probably in about a week's time. Oh, we do host, of course, stream the karaoke. Don't forget the karaoke streaming will be on tonight in the same place you're watching this from around about 8:30. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye now.